Okay, testing. Yep, that seems to be working. So first things first, I'm gonna create a private VPC. I believe we're using 10.0.1. No, 10.1.0.0/16 subnet. So create VPC and more. Do VPC1 10.1. Availability zones, we'll select one. We'll use US East 1A. Number of public subnets 1, number of private subnets 1. NAT gateways, we'll use that in 1AZ. VPC endpoints, we'll select none, and we'll create the first VPC. Hopefully that will load eventually. Oh, I have made a mistake here, that's why. Didn't give me an error down below, but that's okay. We'll do it anyways. Alright, now we are successfully creating the first private VPC. I'll pause the video and we'll start the second VPC. Alright, the first VPC has finished its creation. We'll view the VPC, should be displayed here. The VPC there, VPC1. So we'll go back to your VPCs, we'll create another VPC, this is going to be VPC2. We'll use 10.2 this time. We'll go down to number of availability zones, we'll just go back to 1. Public subnets 1, private subnets 1, customized subnet CIDR blocks. So we got 10. Yep, that's correct. We also want our NAT gateway to be in 1 availability zone, and VPC endpoints we'll just have it to none. We'll create that second VPC. Pause the video whilst we wait for that to load. Okay, second VPC has finished. Should be, there it is there. Alright, so next, go back to your VPCs. We should scroll down and find the peering connection to connect these two VPCs. We'll create a peering connection by VPC peering connection to peering. Select the first VPC 10.1, confirm that it's the correct IP address or subnet or CIDR, and then we'll select the second VPC, both within the same account. Yep, okay, so check that connection, that should connect successfully. So now we will check our peering connections. So we'll just accept the peering request. Accept request. Yep. Okay, so that should be active now. It is active. It gave us the message there. Alright, now we need to launch the EC2 instances or VMs, whatever you want to call them. So we'll launch the first instance. Hopefully I don't have any instances already running on here. Instances, we could and none there at the moment, surprisingly. We'll launch this first one. Ubuntu server, default, T2 micro. Well, I created a new key pair, so we use the Burjo US East. You need to create a. This is enabled. Okay, that's good. We'll actually edit these. So you won't use the default. We'll use VPC1 as we created earlier. We'll use the public subnet for this instance. And then we will enable auto assign public IP. We'll create a security group, test security group, test security group 1. Default, just allow SSH and ping, so ICMP, the protocol. So we got SSH there, so we will need to add another group rule. It's going to be ICMP and P4 should be fine anywhere. And that should be the first instance, launch instance, and whilst we wait for the launching of that instance, we will go and launch the second test instance. So we'll launch another instance, test 2. Ubuntu. Select Ubuntu, there we go. Keep here, Burjo East. And then what we'll do is we'll select this, edit the network, use VPC2. Actually no, we use test 2. No, we're going to use VPC1 because it's going to sit in the same infrastructure, but it's going to use the private subnet for this second instance. But we will use enable, no, sorry, disable because it's a private connection. We don't want a public IP. And then we'll select the existing security group that we created earlier to allow SSH and ping. We'll launch that instance with the defaults. Okay, so then we'll proceed with the third instance. None of these, I'm sure once we refresh that those instances will display. Test 3. Ubuntu. What do we got here? Ubuntu server, instance type, key pair. What do we got? Burjo US East. And then this VPC2, but we'll use the public one for this one. And make sure this one has a public IP. We'll have to create a new security group due to it being in a different AZ. Test SG2, sorry. And just allow SSH and ICMP. So SSH should be there by default. We'll add ICMP for anywhere. Can find green that, I guess. Yep, launch that one. And then we'll proceed with launching test 4. So that should be there. I'd be surprised. There you go, 3 instances. Some of them are still starting up or initializing. Test 4. Another Ubuntu server default. Same keep here. And edit the network rules. We'll use the VPC2. This time the private. It's already selected private. Cool. Select existing group. SSG2. And that should be that one there. We'll test the pings on these machines. I believe running. Fresh test 4 should show. There it is, pending, still starting up. So I'll access. I'll wait for this to start up. There we go. So we'll probably just console into this one. Might just connect via session manager. Instance connect. Yep. Connect. Then public IP there. Alright. So we'll need to ping test 2. So we'll need to actually grab the IP address of test 2, which should be pingable for test 1 because they're in the same infrastructure or VPC. There it is. Sorry, copy. We'll just ping that one. Might have a frozen screen here. There we go. Yeah. That's okay. We'll see if it does it this way. Okay, there we go. Back. Enter. Alright, so that's pingable. Good signs. We'll cancel that. And then we'll try to ping test 4, which should not be pingable current state. It's really, I don't know what's going on there. Yeah. Alright, test 4. Since that, the IP address for test 4. I don't think I'll be able to ping. So we'll just type it at this point. Shouldn't be pingable, as you can see here. It's not sending any packets. 5 packets transmitted, 0 received. So I will cancel that tag, and then we'll access PES3. So we'll actually connect to that via the session manager as well. It's public IP, and we'll test the ping for test 4 as well. So we'll actually just should still have it copied to my clipboard. I think it's got 240. Don't know how good's the memory, but no, it's not that great. 140.244. Okay, that's why that didn't work. This should work. And we have made another mistake. 140, I swapped them around, that's what I did. Go. Alright, and success. We are able to ping from test 3 to test 4 within VPC 2. So next test will be just to ping anything in VPC 2, but we can we'll just ping test 2. So I'll grab test 2's IP address. So we'll go back to instances. What's test 2 got? Don't want 2 instances selected. That's the IP address 10.141.140.103. Ping. Okay, I actually remembered that one. Oh, what we got going on here? Sorry, I was in test 1. This is test 2. Ooh, what do you have ready for you? Yeah, okay. Yep, no pings. Okay, so that confirms that. That's why I could ping in test 1, is because they're in the same VPC. So we got 11 packets transmitted, 0 received. Alright, so now we need to create a routing table. So what we will do is we will leave this. Sorry, go to VPCs. And what we'll do is we'll go route tables. From route tables, we are going to we'll get the public VPC first, and we'll try to edit the route here. Yep, that should be it, and we'll add a route. We'll add the route for VPC2's structure to allow for connection. There should be appearing connection here. That's the one. And we'll save that. That's for the first. Whoa. Okay, so now we also want to add the connection the other way, so from VPC2 private subnet to the public subnet of VPC1. So what we're going to do is we will access, go back to route tables, and we'll access the private subnet for VPC2. Check out the routes, edit the routes, add a route, and I believe it's 10.1.0.0/20. The peering connection again, and we'll select up here, save changes. Alright, so now I believe we need to test our pinging from this is test 3, so what we'll do is we'll actually ping test 4, so I will check out the IP addresses again because I can't remember a damn thing. Instances test 4, what is your IP address? That is 10.2. Yep. Yep. I'm gonna confirm if I ping. It's 244. Yeah. Yep. Probably doesn't help that I'm trying to enter the command twice. And there we go. We have a connection to, or from test 1 to test 4. So what we can do is also test from the other end. We'll actually connect to this instance. Connect to it. That's not possible, is it? Maybe I can't. Oh yeah, I can SSH into it. I'll SSH into it later. So we know it's able to ping from test 1 to test 4 now. So next we'll set up the public route from VPC2 to have the ability to connect to VPC1's private instance or private route. So that will be we'll test the connectivity from test 3 to test 2, I believe. Yeah. Yep. So I'll go into VPC, into the VPC. Recording this right? Yep. We'll go back into our route tables. We'll check out VPC2's public route. Routes, edit route, add a route. So now we need what do we need? We need the route for VPC1's private subnet. 128.0/24, and then we'll peering connection, and then we'll add up here, save changes. We'll go back to our route tables. We'll check out VPC1's private routes, edit routes, add a route. This will be the public, I believe. It's that one, and then we'll peering connection. That one up here. Save changes. Alright, let's test this out. So where are we? Test 3, is this test 3? And what's the IP address for test 2, so we can test our ping. So we'll go to test 2, 10.1.140.103. So yep, ping 10.1.140.103, and we have a successful ping. So now we know that our connection is, well, our route tables are allowing a successful connection from the public subnets to the private subnets of the other VPC. Okay, so what we'll do now is test, now that we know that ping works, we'll test our ability to SSH into the other VPC infrastructure or instance. So what I'll do first is we'll vim and we'll create file. This is my key pair, not the labs. So we'll vim into that one. I will grab my RSA token here, the private key, and I will upload that. I believe that should work. Okay, so we'll save that. That wants to be saved. Sec. Okay, so we'll escape that. Okay, no, that didn't work. Okay, that didn't work either. Not working on the keyboard. Nice. Okay, so the instance was having some trouble, so I stopped and restarted it. So we deleted the previous Vim file that was set up and recreated a new one. So here is the RSA key for Burjo US East PEM file. What we'll do here is we'll just alright, so now we have that. Next we want to list that it's actually there, so there I did, yep, there we go, and there's our permissions, so we need to change our permissions for the file. That's changed. What we can do is check that that's changed. Yep, there we go. So now we will actually grab the IP address of test 2, which is in the private VPC of VPC1, and go pull that up, 10.1.140.103, 10.1.140.103. Okay, what issues have we got here? Ubuntu. Give me a sec. Apologies there, I missed a step. So did some troubleshooting and added the another way of accessing the SSH into the instance VM. So yep. Oh, permission denied. Interesting. Okay, so did some further troubleshooting. Well, not troubleshooting. Found my mistakes really in syntax. Did a -L. Thought it was login, but it's identifier. So we changed that over and SSH'd back into test 2, and as you can see, it's probably do a fig, I would say. Oh, we need to install the NetTools. That's alright. You can see the 10.1.1 or -1.140.103, which was test 2's private IP address. So next we will connect to test 1, which is here, and do the same, and hopefully we won't make the same mistakes this time. So we'll vim, I'll grab that RSA key. Here we go. Is this recording? Yep. We'll paste it. Who wants to paste? Likes to struggle with pasting, but that's right. Yep. There we go. Didn't do it twice, did it? Okay. Hopefully that's the whole key. Okay, let's check it's there, check its permissions. We'll change the modifications for a bit. All the permissions, sorry. Okay, that's done. Confirm. Yep. Alright, so now let's do SSH into to the machine. To test. Going test 4, aren't we? Yep. Test 4. 10.2.140.244. And what do we have? Yes. We'll see. Oh, and it went straight in. Okay, 10.2.140.244. So we were able to ping and SSH into each VPC from the other VPC. And that should be all that was required of the observation, I believe. I hope this is enough. But I did try to set up the webcam, but I believe my webcam is actually faulty, so spent a bit of time on that. But anyways, thank you, Elon.